I believe in vibrations. I believe in frequencies. And a lot of times when people talk about leveling up, especially lately, they're talking about taking your life to the next level, but at the foundation of that is your vibration. And to the extent that you're able to elevate that, I believe is sort of the key to leveling up. I'm Jazzy. I'm an entrepreneur and online course creator. Welcome to my channel. Kindly hit that subscribe button and the like button, and let's talk a little more about vibration. A high vibration means that your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are coming from an overwhelmingly positive place. One where you understand who you are, you respect who other people are, and you've learned to master your own behavior and emotional triggers in order to live a happy, flowing life. I know that most of the people that I communicate with through this medium don't know me from before. They didn't know me 5 years ago. They didn't know me 8 years ago when I struggled with depression and I struggled with anxiety disorders and I just struggled with coping in general, I think. Coping in life and finding my place in it and finding that flow, so to speak. One thing that I used to really struggle with a lot was sort of that emphasis on, well, just stay positive. But I think when I was more so in a darker place, I didn't understand, it seemed oversimplified to me, I guess we'll put it that way. It seemed oversimplified when people would say, well, just be positive. Now, I love where I am now. I love what I have built for myself. I love that I, in fact, did crawl and fight and scratch my way out of that dark hole to actually get to live and enjoy and be in the light. And even in a lot of cases, I feel like being in that a more elevated state or being at a higher vibration is what allows me to have a successful business. It's what allows me to be an effective teacher to my lash students. It's what allows me to, or I should say, what energizes me to the extent that I can get on here and record myself and share myself with the world. So there are a lot of things that I've done to raise my vibration, and living in this space is just so much better, and I'm so grateful for it. When you're in a toxic relationship, or when things aren't going your way and you can't get a job for the life of you, when you're fighting with family members, when you're constantly just finding yourself in conflict or tense situations, that's all a reflection of a low vibration that you're in. And I guess I wanted to make this video because I want to talk to people that might still be in that. Maybe you're working your way out of that place. Maybe you're even in a kind of happy place and you just want to go higher. You want to level up. But if you're somebody who, like me, didn't really get the full picture simply by having friends or loved ones say, you should be more positive, I wanted to expound on that a little bit more and maybe give you guys a few helpful techniques of actual things that you can do to employ this positivity or higher vibration if you don't really even know how or why you're stuck to begin with. In every moment and with every thought, we are given an opportunity to think an empowering thought or think a disempowering thought. And so monitoring your thoughts becomes the first exercise of a person who is wanting to take their vibration from low to high. When a lot of people got stuck at home during coronavirus and thought to themselves, how the hell am I supposed to be able to work full time and watch my little one and teach my middle school student, how the heck am I going to be able to get this all done? So a disempowering thought would be, this sucks, this is bullshit, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do it, my kids are getting on my last nerve, no one's helping me. An empowering thought would say, I'm so lucky and so grateful that I get this time to be at home with my kids. Time that I prayed for, time that I wished there would be some miracle of a way that I would be able to be home with my babies to see them grow up. You always have a choice in how to feel and how to react and how to respond to something. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to miraculously stop being human and stop feeling emotions like anger or resentment or being upset and reacting to something, those things are natural and they still happen. But one quote by Wayne Dyer that I love so much is, "There are no justified resentments." Now imagine that. People who have been through some of the worst experiences in life, you always have a choice in how you respond, react, and think about something. But it is a skill. It's kind of like a muscle that you have to develop, because if where you're at currently, your first reaction is to get pissed off when somebody pulls into a parking spot before you, that actually hurts you more than you could ever know. And I think when you're in a low vibration, you don't realize that you actually have authority over how you respond to that, and that you're actually choosing to still be upset about something. And I know, believe me, it doesn't feel like a choice sometimes. Sometimes it just feels like all these things are just happening to us. But if you truly want to raise your vibration, if you want to elevate your life and elevate all of the people around you, you will find a way to think the most positive thought out of whatever scenario is happening to you. Because remember, you have a choice. There's two choices. You can think a disempowering thought, or you can think an empowering thought. And no matter how fucked up a situation might seem, you still get the choice to make that empowering thought your dominant thought. As you build this muscle, as you start to do that more and more, and I think first off, you'll just start catching yourself thinking negative thoughts, because so many of our thoughts throughout the day are compulsive. We don't even know we're having them. We're just worrying about this, we're worrying about that, we're complaining out loud to our spouse or anyone who will listen about that stupid thing that happened the other day. And so there's a lot of negative thoughts that we're employing unconsciously without even sort of realizing it. And so I think the first stage will be you catching those thoughts and saying, ooh, well, maybe I shouldn't blame my neighbor. When you learn to get more disciplined with your thoughts, you learn to control them. Now, this isn't absolute. It doesn't mean that you can control everything that you think all of the time and that you're always going to be this rosy, excited, positive being now that I've told you this, and now that you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to take a negative thought and instead think an empowering thought, just like that. It does require patience. You have to have patience with yourself during this process, because you're pretty much completely retraining yourself in how to think and how to behave and how to feel. And I think it does take, I know for me it took years. I'll be honest, it took years. I read a lot of books, and there wasn't any one book that I read that cured me or healed me. It was me making a commitment to change, and to the changes that I wanted to see, and to envisioning myself as my highest self, performing as my highest self, and really committing to that to the extent that I was willing to do this every single day and decide that I wanted to feel better, that I wanted to be happy. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a great way to elevate your vibration and is actually essential in raising your vibration. Let's suppose for a moment that you're out of that really low place, that really reactive, angry, disturbed person whose life is a mess. Let's take it up a notch from there. Let's suppose we've gotten ourselves out of the deep end, so to speak, and now we're doing okay and we feel like life's going okay, but you still have this instinct that things could be better, and you've got a lot of goals and maybe they're not happening, and so you're trying to figure out, well, should I work harder or what should I do exactly? I think that gratitude is what's going to be the tipping point between just living a life that is decently okay and living a life of abundance and living a life of joy and of overwhelming success. The happiest people know how to be grateful. And this is, again, something that doesn't have to begin when you get your new car, when you get your Lexus, or when you finally arrive in the Bahamas for the vacation of your dreams. It doesn't start then. It actually starts long before then. You have to start being grateful for the smallest, tiniest things. And if you can convince yourself to be radically grateful, this is some of the things that I say to myself. I say, dear God, thank you for the sun. Thank you for the sky. Thank you for my hands. Thank you that I can see. Thank you that I was able to wake up today, Lord. Thank you that even though I'm enduring some difficulty at work, that ultimately I still work for myself, and that was a dream that I always had, and that has come true. And thank you so much for that. Thank you for the way these roses smell. Thank you for the opportunity to live in a first world country. Thank you for, you get the idea. There's so much to be thankful for. And if you are still sort of shielded by that idea that you don't have enough, that there isn't enough, that something didn't go your way, you're not able to really be grateful. You're certainly not able to stay in a state of gratitude, because you're always deferring back to something that's messed up, or something that went wrong, or something that could be better. I promise you that if you started today, when you wake up, first thing when you wake up, don't grab your phone, don't hit the alarm, don't hit the snooze button. But if you make the first order of business in the day when you wake up to say 15 things that you're grateful for, I guarantee you it will not only change the tone of your entire day, but it will actually shift the dynamic of your entire life. Try it. Try writing down 15 things that you're grateful for, or just try 10. Write down these 10 things, spend time doing this every single day, and even if you're having a bad day or a bad moment, make it essential for yourself to take the time out to write down these 10 things, because it's going to be able to get you out of some dark places or get you out of some distracted places when you regroup and remember all the things that you have to be grateful for. I do believe that physical exercise is a way to honor your body, support your body in a physical sense, but also to raise your vibration overall. And this is actually one that I struggle with. I don't really like exercising. I don't like running. I only like exercising in the context of doing something fun. So I like riding a bike. I like playing basketball. I like playing beach volleyball. I like walking long distances if it involves getting a coffee at the end of the walk or little rewards like that. But physical exercise, I think for a lot of people just isn't really a priority, especially if you've got kids and you work and you just don't have that extra hour to really give to yourself in the morning. That's kind of like a luxury for some people. If you're not in a healthy state, if you're not eating well, and if you're not moving your body and being active and getting those endorphins flowing, you're just going to be functioning at a more stagnant and hence lower vibration throughout your day. So anyway, I've shared with you guys in some of my other videos and in this video that I've been through some stuff, and my early 20s were really a rough period of time where I had no idea what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, or how the heck it was going to happen. It's the work that I've done on myself over the course of time, the inner work, the painful, the uncomfortable. I think anyone can do it, and I know you can do it. And I'm running out of things to say here, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and leave me a comment if you have any opinions whatsoever about what kind of videos you'd like to see more of. Bye guys.